This is the iPhone XS. I've been using it as a secondary device for the past week in 2025, and honestly, it makes my current daily driver feel like I'm lugging around a brick. We can also find out why folks are so into this phone. Picture this. You pull out the iPhone XS from a drawer where it has been hibernating since its heyday, and instantly, that lightweight, compact body just melts into my palm like it was custom molded for human hands. In a world dominated by these massive slabs that could double as dinner plates, the iPhone 17 series or the latest Samsung Galaxy Beasts, this thing is a breath of fresh air. It is small enough to vanish into your pocket without announcing its presence, yet powerful enough to remind you why we fell in love with smartphones in the first place. The rounded edges, the slim 7mm thickness, and that 170-gram weight, it is also effortlessly portable. No more stretching your fingers across a screen that demands two hands for basic navigation. It doesn't scream for attention with sharp corners or bulky frames. It is round, it is smooth. In 2025, when every new release seems to prioritize screen real estate over ergonomics, but let's zero in on what makes this phone a standout relic. It is the last iPhone to feature genuine three-dimensional touch, that pressure-sensitive magic Apple ditched after this model. Remember 3D touch. It is not the haptic touch imitation we get now. On the iPhone XS, you just press a little harder on the screen and it'll pop open previews, shortcuts, or even deeper menus. And there's this satisfying tactile feedback. It feels like the phone's actually responding. In 2025, with gesture-heavy operating systems pushing everything to swipes and holds, 3D touch feels revolutionary again. It is faster for power users. No more accidental activations or waiting for animations to catch up. I timed myself navigating through a cluttered home screen. 3D touch shaved off seconds compared to my iPhone 15 Pro. And get this, developers back then built entire features around it, like force-touching app icons for quick actions. Today, those are buried in long-press menus that feel clunky by comparison. If you're tired of the flat, one-dimensional interactions on current flagships, dusting off an iPhone XS is like rediscovering a lost art. It is not just nostalgia, it is functional superiority in a sea of sameness. Now, the hand feel in 2025, the iPhone XS still stands out. That stainless steel frame with glass front and back curves gently into your fingers, creating a roundness that is absent from the flat edge designs we've been stuck with since the iPhone 12. No sharp corners digging into your skin during long calls. No awkward shifts to avoid discomfort. It is small, it is clever, and it fits lifestyles that big phones ignore. Think about it. When you're outside, this phone slips into tiny pockets without bulging out like a tumor. I've taken it on hikes where my larger devices would flop around annoyingly, and the iPhone XS just stays put. The weight distribution of iPhone XS is perfect, but substantial enough to feel premium. And in a year where foldables and ultra-thins are trying to redefine portability, this 7-year-old device nails it without folding in half or compromising on build quality. If hand feel is your priority, and it should be since we hold these things for hours daily, the iPhone XS is a reminder that bigger isn't always better. Shifting gears to the camera setup, because this is another area where the iPhone XS feels refreshingly honest in 2025. The dual 12-megapixel rear cameras sit almost flush with the back none of that protruding lens hump that has become a hallmark of modern phones. On the XS, the cameras blend seamlessly into the glass. In an era where the iPhone camera island sticks out like a sore thumb, the XS's flat design is a godsend. It doesn't scream photography beast from the outside, but it delivers where it counts. And here is the kicker. This is the last iPhone generation with completely unsharpened camera processing. Apple hadn't yet cranked up the computational photography to 11, so photos come out natural, soft, and true to life without that aggressive sharpening that makes everything look artificially crisp today. Comparing with my iPhone 15 Pro, and the 10's images have a film-like quality, colors are vibrant but not oversaturated, and skin tones avoid that waxy, processed look. Low-light performance holds up surprisingly well for its age. The A12 Bionic chip handles noise reduction without smearing details into oblivion. Video at 4K 60 frames per second is smooth. Stereo sound capture is immersive. When every photo from new phones looks like it went through a filter by default, the XS's raw unsharpened output is a creative stream. It is perfect for those who edit their own shots, rather than relying on AI to overcook them. Performance-wise, even in 2025, the iPhone XS doesn't embarrass itself. Powered by the A12 Bionic, it is snappy for everyday tasks, browsing, streaming, light editing. Battery life from the 2658 mAh cell lasts a full day with moderate use. Think 6 hours of screen time, and wireless charging at 7.5 watts gets you topped up without fuss. The Super Retina OLED screen at 2436 by 1125 resolution pops. Sure, it is missing the always-on display or 120Hz refresh rates we take for granted now, but the 60Hz feels fluid enough. It is a phone for getting things done without distractions. Or as a budget entry into the ecosystem, it is unbeatable, especially with prices dipping to under $200 on the used market. If you're craving simplicity in a complicated tech world, give it a shot.
And hey, if this video sparked your interest, hit that sub button. I'm hitting Yang. I will see you in the next time.